Welcome to the Metropolitan Regional Final of the 2020 Queensland Training Awards. These awards celebrate the achievements of our top training performers and the significant contribution vocational education and training makes to communities across Queensland. This year, 20 inspiring individuals and 12 exemplary businesses and organisations have been selected from a competitive field across the metropolitan region as the finest examples of success and innovation in training. We recognise the metropolitan region's best apprentices, trainees, vocational students, vet teachers and trainers, as well as its employers and community-based organisations, providing local training and employment opportunities. We begin with our acknowledgement of country, followed by a message from the Honourable Shannon Fentiman MP, Minister for Employment and Small Business and Minister for Training and Skills Development. The Queensland Training Awards acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of the countries across Queensland and pay our respects to elders past and present. We acknowledge that this land was and continues to be walked on by Aboriginal peoples and Torres Strait Islander peoples. Always was, always will be.
Hello, and while I'm incredibly disappointed that we are not together in person, we are putting safety first and doing things a little differently this year. For the first time in the awards' 59-year history, we've gone exclusively online, and I'm proud that we can continue this fine tradition of celebrating training in Queensland. We know that skills and training will be crucial in our state's economic recovery. And because of the great job we've all done on managing the health response, we can now focus on our plan to unite and recover for Queensland jobs. And a big part of that plan is investing in training and backing our local businesses. So it's great to be able to celebrate and acknowledge our top training achievers and employers. This year, more than 700 talented and hardworking people, businesses, community organisations and training providers across Queensland nominated for the awards. Our nominees' stories highlight the important role of vocational education and training to our state and to the communities right across Queensland. To all of our finalists, you should be exceptionally proud of your achievements. You're inspiring. The 11 awards to be announced tonight celebrate different people and organisations. To all of our finalists, congratulations and the very best of luck. Thank you for sharing your commitment, your passion and success in the vocational education and training.
Thank you, Minister Fentiman. We start with our Employer and Community Training Initiative categories and follow with our individual categories. The organisational awards honour Queensland employers and community organisations who have made an exceptional contribution to training and development for staff or community groups. Small Employer of the Year. This award recognises outstanding achievement in the area of vocational education and training by a metropolitan business with 19 or fewer full-time staff. The finalists are Elysium Hair Brisbane, The Hairport Yamanto, plus Passive Fire Kangaroo Point. The winner of the 2020 Small Employer of the Year is The Hairport Yamanto. The Hairport Yamanto is a busy Ipswich-based hair salon. Catering to every member of the family, the salon offers ladies' hair and beauty services, a barbershop and dedicated kids cutting area. After her son Cody was diagnosed with a terminal brain disease, owner Debbie Chesterfield became heavily involved with local disability groups and special schools, leading her to open an inclusive salon with wheelchair access and themed areas catering to diverse groups. As part of their employment strategy, the Hairport Yamanto have successfully given opportunities and support to young people with troubled pasts looking to turn their lives around. The Medium Employer of the Year Award recognises outstanding achievement in the area of vocational education and training by a Queensland business with between 20 and 199 full-time staff. The finalists are All About Living, Sandgate. Hilton, Brisbane. Mendham Engineering, Rockley. The winner of the 2020 Medium Employer of the Year is Hilton, Brisbane. Hilton Brisbane have been an industry leader and employer of choice for over 30 years. Their training program is constantly evolving to offer the diverse range of qualifications and skills required to develop all team members, regardless of job or level. Every team member engages in Hilton's training and can access Hilton University for further learning and development. Hilton Brisbane is proud to support trainees from diverse backgrounds through partnerships with government and community-based organisations. This year, Hilton Brisbane has been inducted into the Queensland Hotels Association Awards Hall of Fame for outstanding achievement in training. Large Employer of the Year. This award recognises outstanding achievement in the area of vocational education and training by a Queensland business with 200 or more full-time staff. The finalists are Affinity Education Group, Collins Foods Limited, Hastings Deering Australia Limited. The winner of the 2020 Large Employer of the Year is Hastings Deering Australia Limited. In 2020, Hastings Deering are leveraging the strength of their training culture to help navigate the impacts of COVID-19. 5% of its total workforce is comprised of apprentices employed in diesel fitting, auto electrical and fabrication roles. The value of their apprenticeship program is clearly demonstrated with 75 first-year apprentices this year, with an increased focus on female, Indigenous and mature age participants. Hastings have been offering 96% of fourth-year apprentices ongoing roles in the last year. Supplementing this apprenticeship program is an extensive training offering across 14 nationally accredited training packages for staff to further their professional development. The Community Training Initiative of the Year Award recognises outstanding achievement by a community-based, not-for-profit organisation that provides assistance to Queenslanders who need support to gain the skills, experience and vocational education and training qualifications required to enter and stay in the workforce. The finalists are Babby Youth and Family Service, Wynnum, Program Get Set for Work. Community Living Association, Nunda, Program Community Living Association. Marist 180, Arana Hills and Samford, Program M180 Community Construction. The winner of the 2020 Community Training Initiative of the Year is Babby Youth and Family Service. As the leading youth and family services provider in the Wynnum-Redlands area, Babby has been responding to the needs of young people who are homeless or at risk of homelessness since the early 1980s. Babby have run Get Set for Work programs through Skilling Queenslanders for Work since 2015, providing at-risk youth a chance to gain skills, experience and a nationally recognised qualification towards employment. Babby believes every young person is an individual that deserves to be safe, respected, empowered and given opportunities so they can access the type of future they deserve. Not only do Babby have extensive partnerships within community services, they also have their finger on the pulse of local training and employment opportunities, and have added hospitality training units and construction site experiences to their program to meet local area skills demand. It's time to celebrate our 7 individual award categories. Vet Teacher or Trainer of the Year. This award recognises the outstanding achievement by a vet teacher or trainer providing nationally recognised training to students at a registered training organisation or in partnership with a registered training organisation. The finalists are Louise Pope, St James College, Gary Smith, UNE Partnerships, Darren Verall, JBS Australia. The winner of the 2020 Vet Teacher or Trainer of the Year is Louise Pope. Louise is Lead Teacher for Hospitality and Tourism at St James College, Brisbane. Over 50% of Louise's students come from culturally and linguistically diverse backgrounds. many suffering trauma or gaps in their learning from life before arriving in Australia. Louisa's VET strategies ensure all students can access content, develop skills and capabilities, and graduate with qualifications with genuine pathways to employment. Louise started the JCATS, Jimmy's Catering, program to mimic real-life catering teams, including head chef and the provision of catering for large-scale functions and events. The Equity VET Student of the Year Award recognises outstanding achievement by an individual in overcoming a significant barrier or disadvantage to effectively participate in VET. The finalists are Axel Ducheme, Certificate 2 in Health Support Services, School St James College, Training Provider Marta Education. Mohammed Irfan Faiz Mohammed, Certificate 3 in Business Administration, Training Provider Help Training Institute, Employer Kyabra Community Association. Jack McVeigh, Certificate 3 in Carpentry, Training Provider Blue Dog Training, Employer Top Build Queensland. The winner of the 2020 Equity VET Student of the Year is Axel Ducheme. Axel is a remarkable young man who has spent much of his young life focused on survival. Fleeing his war-torn home country of Burundi at 15, he faced family tragedy and imprisonment before arriving in Australia as a refugee in 2018. Axel has completed a Certificate 2 in Health Support Services through Marta Education, as well as other VET qualifications through his school, St James College. With English as his fifth language, Axel has overcome language barriers and excelled as a visual and practical learner. Axel currently applies his qualification and skills as a carer for his mum. He is motivated to continue studying to become a nurse and pursue a career in healthcare. School-Based Apprentice or Trainee of the Year. The School-Based Apprentice or Trainee of the Year Award recognises the achievements of students who undertake a school-based apprenticeship or traineeship as part of their school studies. The finalists are Fahmi Osman Abdi, Sunnybank State High School, Certificate 3 in Sport and Recreation, Employer City Venue Management, Training Provider The Learning Collaborative, Sarah Barmer, Parklands Christian College, Certificate 3 in Engineering Mechanical Trade, Employer Mendham Engineering, Training Provider TAFE Queensland. Jennifer Myers, North Lakes State College, Certificate 3 in Allied Health Assistance, Group Training Organisation Australian Training Company, Host Employer Metro North Hospital and Health Service, Redcliffe Hospital, Training Provider DivTech Training and Further Education. The winner of the 2020 School-Based Apprentice or Trainee of the Year is Jennifer Myers. Jennifer feels fortunate to undertake a school-based traineeship at the Redcliffe Hospital as an allied health assistant. It has opened her eyes to the diversity of the allied health field and working in the hospital environment. She thoroughly enjoys learning new skills and has been exposed to 5 different allied health professions. She says her traineeship has enhanced her ability to organise, prioritise, problem solve and communicate effectively with individuals of all ages. The Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Student of the Year Award recognises the outstanding achievement by an Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander student within the Queensland VET sector. The finalists are Hallie Khan, Certificate 3 in Health Services Assistance, School Kelvin Grove State College, Training Provider Marta Education, Group Training Organisation Osmac Apprenticeships, Host Employer Metro North Hospital and Health Service The Prince Charles Hospital. Kalira Fenton, Certificate 3 in Business Administration, School Glenella State High School, Training Provider The Learning Workshop, Group Training Organisation WPC Group, Host Employer Your Town. Jabin Giblet, Certificate 3 in Barbering, Training Provider TAFE Queensland, Employer The Hairport Yamanto. The winner of the 2020 Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Student of the Year is Jabin Giblett. Jabin is a proud Aboriginal South Sea Islander, with his grandfather from the Yirrkala people around Mareeba and grandmother from the South Sea Islands. Jabin grew up in Mackay and participated in Aboriginal dancing, performing for cultural events and schools. He has recently taken up Aboriginal artwork, completing several paintings for family. As a recently qualified barber, Jabin works with disadvantaged youth. Having been incarcerated himself, his interest now lies in sharing with other young people how barbering changed his path and his life. Suicide prevention is also important to Jabin, as he advocates for training to give barbers the skills to have conversations with clients, look for warning signs, and recommend the right service providers to help. Vocational Student of the Year. The Vocational Student of the Year Award is for outstanding achievement by a student who recently completed a VET qualification in Queensland. The finalists are Bridget Bian, Diploma of Website Development, Training Provider, Australis College. Jamie Hansen Fesser, Certificate 2 in Automotive Cylinder Head Reconditioning and Certificate 2 in Furniture Making Pathways. School, Brisbane School of Distance Education. Training Provider, TAFE Queensland. Christopher Miller, Diploma of Nursing. Training Provider, Mater Education. The winner of the 2020 Vocational Student of the Year is Christopher Miller. Prior to his Diploma of Nursing at Mater Education, Christopher was a member of the Australian Defence Force, completing 12 years service, including 2 tours of Afghanistan. In 2015, he completed a Combat First Aiders course, which ignited his passion for a career in the healthcare industry. Christopher gained contemporary theoretical knowledge and best practice clinical skills through his VET qualification. In his first semester of study, Christopher was invited to be the nursing student representative for Mater Education, attending quarterly board meetings as the voice of the students. He has now gained employment as a disability support worker. The Bob Marshman Trainee of the Year Award recognises the outstanding achievement by a student who recently completed a traineeship in Queensland. This award honours the late Bob Marshman, a former Director General of the Department of Employment and Training, who was recognised as one of the foremost authorities on vocational education and training in Australia. The finalists are Dana Drysdale, Certificate 3 in Business Administration. Employer, VM Family Law. Training Provider, Skills at Top. Samantha Hanlon, Certificate 3 in Early Childhood Education and Care. Employer, Queensland Childcare Services, Redbank Plains Early Education Centre. Training Provider, Australian Institute of Early Childhood Studies. Walter Murphy, Certificate 1 in Construction. Group Training Organisation, MEGT. Host Employer, Brisbane Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Community Controlled Housing Authority. Training Provider, Hutchinson Builders, Gold Coast School of Construction. The winner of the 2020 Metropolitan Bob Marshman Trainee of the Year is Dana Drysdale. Dana completed a Certificate 3 in Business Administration at VM Family Law while concurrently studying a Bachelor of Laws. Dana is driven by her desire to gain an edge over other law graduates by acquiring hands-on skills and experience in an office environment. Working in a small team has given Dana an appreciation of the importance of administrative and support tasks, not just in the legal industry, but in any organisation. Dana impressed her trainers and her employer with her commitment and eagerness to learn and take on new challenges, and ability to complete work to a high standard. The prestigious Harry Hornschild Apprentice of the Year Award recognises outstanding achievement by a student who recently completed an apprenticeship in Queensland. This award is named after the late Harry Hornschild, who was Commissioner for Training in Queensland from 1990 to 2000. Harry was an icon of trade training and was a tireless advocate for vocational education and training in Queensland. The finalists are Douglas Armstrong, Certificate 3 in Carpentry. Employer, Fiddler's Green Construction. Training provider, Blue Dog Training. Jabin Giblet, Certificate 3 in Barbering. Employer, the Hairport Yamanto. Training provider, TAFE Queensland. Nathan Hewlett, Certificate 3 in Engineering, Mechanical Trade. Employer and training provider, Hastings Deering. The winner of the 2020 Metropolitan Harry Hornschild Apprentice of the Year is Jabin Giblet. Jabin always had an interest in barbering and was initially self-taught, having cut hair for friends and family. He applied for several apprentice barber positions without success, but was elated when the Hairport Yamanto took him on as their first barbering apprentice. Jabin is now head barber and mentors colleagues in both techniques and theoretical aspects of the job. In February this year, Jabin was proud to receive the TAFE Queensland R.A. Wern Memorial Award for Excellence in Vocational Education.
Well done to our regional finalists. This is tremendous recognition for each and every one of you. You are all incredibly worthy ambassadors for training and the important role that it plays in our community. The skills on display show how diverse our regions are and how important high quality training is for industries and businesses across Queensland. Congratulations to all of our regional winners. Now more than ever, it is stories like yours that show how significant it is that Queenslanders have the skills they need to find meaningful jobs and access pathways for the future. I look forward to seeing you progress to the state final of the Queensland Training Awards. I'll see you then.
This closes the 2020 Metropolitan Queensland Training Awards. Please join us again on 18 September for the online state final to support your regional winners. Thank you for watching.